Welcome back to Low Country Spotlight. What a wonderful interview and a wonderful opportunity to talk to Mr. Wilson about things going on with the Cheyenne Web Foundation. Now, we're moving on. And if you follow me on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram, on all these other social media platforms, or if you are an avid viewer of Low Country Spotlight, as you should be, you probably have heard me talk a lot about my next guest. I hope that I can maintain my composure. This is the first time I'm having him in the studio, and he is so excited. If you ever wondered about, who keeps that woman sane, who keeps her calm, who keeps her down to earth for the most part, it would be my next guest, and that is none other than my husband. Round of applause for Laurentis Milton Gaines Sr. Welcome to Low Country Spotlight, Mr. Gaines.
Thanks for having me.
Why is this so funny?
It's my first time being on television.
Okay, so are you nervous?
Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, you say that I interview and interrogate you all the time, so this should probably be, because I am a lawyer, right? And you always say, well, you don't have to ask me those questions. I'm not a client. You don't have to talk to me like that. You say that, so this should just be easy.
I think it will be.
Okay, you think it will be. Okay, one of the things that I told Derek that we were going to talk about today is kind of the fact that, we really have this long distance relationship. Maybe you can explain to our audience what exactly that means. I mean, I know what it is. I'm going to let you explain. I'm going to let you take the mantle today.
Well, I actually live 2 hours and 45 minutes away, for a total of about 140 miles. In Grovetown, Georgia, which is right next to Augusta, Georgia, which most people might know from the Masters.
Oh, yeah.
The Masters events, which is hosted there every April spring break.
Okay, so now you're on the show talking about Masters. You're supposed to be talking about the long distance. Okay, so you've laid the foundation. You live near Augusta, which is, as you said, about 130, 140 miles away. I live here. Talk to our audience about how we have to travel and all that stuff.
Well, we currently rotate weekends, and of course this is my second week in a row here because my family reunion is in town.
Oh, okay, so what are you saying? You trying to throw shade already?
Yeah.
Your second week in a row.
Yeah, I got to have a break after this.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a lot of traveling, and but I'm actually used to it. I don't enjoy the fact that we're separated, obviously.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the ride. It gives me time to think. And I'm pretty sure I could do it in my sleep. I know every road, every bird that flies by, every cow, every cornfield.
Yeah.
But it's tough, it's interesting and challenging, but it's well worth it. I think you're worth the travel.
Oh, well, my gosh, thank you. I appreciate that. I agree because I travel just as much. The difference is my drive is a little longer only because I choose to take the interstate.
That's right. Yeah.
And I choose to take the interstate a lot so I can go through Columbia and stop at Nordstrom Rack and all of that kind of stuff. So
exactly.
Okay. Okay. Now you talked about challenges and challenging and all that. Talk a little bit about the challenges. I mean, personally, that we faced in terms of trying to maneuver this long distance relationship, trying to get you here, and things of that nature.
Well, distance alone is the travel because, like I said, we obviously we didn't plan on it lasting this long. And
didn't plan on the separation.
Exactly, the separation being apart lasting this long. Oh,
yeah.
But like I said, the challenge of I have to sell my home. Actually, I have to find a job up here, which has proven to be more challenging. Being as a chemical operator, I thought it would be a lot simpler to find a job here. I am finding jobs, but they're not paying quite as much as I thought they would be. So that's a challenge in itself. And just the fact from not being with you every night.
Oh,
that's the biggest challenge.
Oh, goodness, you're going to get all mushy on the show. We weren't supposed to be here for that. But one of the things you talked about was the fact that, you're a chemical operator. So let's just go ahead and put a plug. If there's anybody out there that has any connections in the chemical field, my husband's looking for a job, so send me an email. Now, let's digress back to the fact that, it's a lot of challenges, but as you said, it's worth it. Let's spin off on that. A lot of times I try to be very motivational and very inspirational on the show. And we have a lot of people on the show who've had to overcome challenges. And one of the things I always tell them is, if you stick to it, because anything that is worth having is worth working hard for. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think about that advice that I give?
Absolutely. I think each person or each situation, each marriage, it's in a position where it is for a certain reason, be it distance or even being close together every day. But the thing is, it's worth it in the long run. I know that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and it absolutely does that. One challenge is just the fact of trying to make it work, trying not to get stressed out about it. I know it's hard. I know I'm not the only one. In a conversation with a cousin from Maryland, last night at the family reunion, he was saying that he did this for almost 4 years.
Wow.
The distance, 2 or 3 hours, and it's frustrating at times, but I know the reward is worth the wait.
Okay, now here's like a devil's advocate question. And I wonder if you think about this. How do you think our lives are going to change once we get once we get under the same roof? Lord help me.
Well, it depends how we want them to change. You said last week in the conversation,
Wait a minute now. What?
I have to meet you halfway on a lot of things.
Oh, okay.
And I'm willing to do that, but change is going to come for both of us.
Goodness.
Between us, we have 7 kids. Of course, most of them are grown. One in 4th grade, and one will be in senior in high school. And obviously, we have to get them here. And that's going to be one challenge because, you have a lifestyle where you just kind of can go and come like you want to. But with kids coming, that's probably going to have to change, I'm pretty sure. So.
Are you saying in front of all the Low Country Spotlight viewers?
Yes.
I've been thoroughly warned.
Yeah, your friends are going to have to take a step back for a while.
Oh my gosh!
We give them a couple years.
Wait a minute
We'll let you out to play for a while after that.
Oh gosh, so I have to like be on lockdown, so to speak. Well, I mean lockdown from my perspective because I've been footloose and fancy free for a long time.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Well, but you know what? Let's talk a little bit about that because let's talk about freedom and independence, and let's talk about that in general, not necessarily as it relates to our relationship. But do you feel that partners, spouses in a relationship have to give up some level of independence in order to continue the relationship and to make it work?
Well, absolutely. Even not just independence, even things as far as space in the home.
Okay.
I think in conversations with other men, the average man, he likes a little space. Most men have the man cave. But if you're not fortunate enough to have a house or apartment or whatever big enough to have a man cave, you want something simple as just a little space where you can hang out for yourself.
Well, what about a woman cave? I mean, I don't know if we would call it a cave, but what about, you were going to say that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Well, everybody needs space. Like I said, tying in with independence and everything like that. Even though we're going to join together, hopefully sooner than later as one, we still have to give each other space and our independence and stuff like that. Okay. So we're about out of time. And one of the things I talked about was being, inspirational, motivational, and things of that nature. I'm gonna put you on the spot because I know we kind of, send inspirational messages to each other. What has the Lord given you today in terms of inspiration for me or to anybody who's watching this show? The Lord has given me a sense of patience. I try to tell everybody in life, no matter whom I come in contact with on the job or on the street or even on Facebook, patience. In this ever-changing world, we're constantly distracted. But for those of us that do believe in God, we have to keep our eyes on the prize, and that's focused on putting God first in your life. And that's what I try to do every day, and try not to let the distractions take me away from my sole purpose, and that is spreading God's word and being the best person I can. Yeah.
Well, goodness. Are you trying to take over my show? God, Mr. Gaines, that was awesome. That was really good. Okay, listen. Thank you for coming to Low Country Spotlight. Are you going to come back and sit and chat with us some more?
I will. Thanks for having me.
Okay, good. We've been talking to Laurentis M. Gaines Sr., Milton Gaines, who is the host husband. I think that's what his title is. Don't go anywhere. We've got more Low Country Spotlight coming right up.